Do you feel like you're always rushing? Rushing to get to class, rushing to get through the work, rushing to meetings with colleagues, with parents, with your principal? And sometimes what suffers is you, because you're rushing when what you really need to do is slow down and examine what you're doing that's working and what is not working for you. Where could you be more effective? To have high expectations for your students, you need to show and model high expectations for yourself and the way you operate. Maximise student learning by making the most of the time that you have with them. I've seen teachers worrying about how to get through the content, failing to see that their role as teachers is to instill a love of learning and develop in students the skills and attitudes that they need to access knowledge, to be critical thinkers, to have an attitude of curiosity, to know where and when to access knowledge and skills. Providing students with purposeful, relevant and meaningful tasks and giving students ownership over their own learning increases the likelihood that you and they will be successful. Stop being the hardest working person in the room. In this video, I'll share with you some effective ways to make the most of the time you have with your students and show that you value their time by being prepared with tasks, resources and work that's meaningful and relevant. Don't waste time on trivial activities, busy work and fillers. Make every moment count. And when you keep students engaged in meaningful learning, there's less likelihood that they'll become bored, distracted and disruptive. It's a win-win for everybody. Using effective strategies to keep students on task is good for their learning and good for your well-being, because you'll have less behaviour issues to deal with and greater job satisfaction. My name's Mari Amaro and I'm the Principal Presenter at The Highly Effective Teacher. I'm a teacher and I've been working with students and supporting teachers for over 30 years. I'm passionate about teacher wellbeing and I combine research and experience to provide strategies that improve teacher wellbeing, especially practices that take no more extra time, that can actually give you back time by learning to work more effectively. I love coaching teachers so that they learn to thrive in the teaching profession, not just survive. Improved teacher wellbeing means improved student wellbeing, and that contributes to better academic and social outcomes for all our students. If you'd like to learn more about teacher wellbeing, please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so that you receive notifications of all our videos. When you subscribe, that helps to support our channel and means that we can keep making these videos and get the information and support out to more teachers. Most teachers aim to use the learning time efficiently and effectively because they want student learning to be maximised. And there are some simple principles and practices that can increase learning time without too much effort or time from you. Developing good routines with your students and also understanding that no one is on task 100% of the time will help you. Everybody needs breaks, and incorporating movement and chat breaks into your classroom routine will increase effective learning and student engagement. Here are 9 strategies that you can incorporate into your daily routine so that learning time is maximised consistently. Number 1, do now activities. Provide short, relevant tasks for your students to do in the dead time. For example, have a 3 to 5 minute task that they complete as they enter the classroom. This could be a quick revision of the last lesson, a stimulus for new learning, or a lateral thinking exercise. For a list of do now activities that can be adapted for any lesson or year level, check out my book, Habits of Highly Effective Teachers. There's lots of great ideas and strategies that you can adapt into your classroom immediately to improve student learning. Number 2, early finishers. Provide additional learnings that your students can do when they finish early. Be mindful to make these tasks interesting and inviting, not just more of the same. You don't want students to feel as though they're being punished for getting their work done. Number 3, have efficient admin routines. Develop an efficient role marking process. While marking the role is a legal requirement, it doesn't have to encroach on valuable learning time. Use the do now time to quickly note absent students. Have students mark themselves off on the IWB or play a name game with younger students. Number 4, talk less. John Hattie's research showed that teachers talk far more than is necessary and recommended reducing teacher talk time. You can minimise your teacher talk by scheduling your lesson into blocks of instruction, followed by a variety of student-centred activities and processing time. People can only listen for a limited amount of time, so keep your instruction time developmentally appropriate. For example, teenagers can only listen for about 15 minutes max. After the talking time, then give your students time to process the information by reflecting, writing, drawing, or discussing. Number 5, provide structures for group or paired work. Using pairing and grouping tools to make transitions to cooperative learning time makes it efficient and varied. And there are lots of different techniques that you can use to do this, referring to Kagan, David Langford, or Barry Bennett. Having a structure can make the process quick and easy, which guarantees that your students learn to work with a variety of people in the classroom, and that increases their social and emotional skills that are essential for work in the 21st century. Number 6, teach those who need it. Don't teach the whole class when they don't all need the instruction. Graham Nuttall's research in The Hidden Lives of Learners shows that teachers are often giving whole class instruction when many of the students who already understand the work could be completing the task or directing their own learning. Number 7, give clear directions combined with visual supports. 65% of people are visual learners, and that means they collect information with their eyes. Increase students' chance of success and reduce the likelihood that you will need to give instructions more than once by giving clear, succinct instructions supported by appropriate visual reminders of the task. Giving clear instructions saves time and energy for you and for your students. Number 8, encourage students to rely on each other. Develop peer support structures in your class. If you want more self-directed independent learners, then teach your students to depend on each other rather than you. Give them strategies such as 3 before me, where they consult 3 sources, either people or resources, before they come to you to ask a question. This strategy works best when you teach the skill explicitly and give students a chance to practice it. And number 9, which refers to the one just before about teaching, telling is not teaching. Ensure that you're using effective strategies to teach your students. Ask them for feedback about how engaging, meaningful, and relevant your lessons are and how you could improve them. Remember that your students need to act with material at least 3 times in 3 different ways before it will be authentic learning, before they actually know the material. Thanks for watching our video. Stay safe and happy teaching.